Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, I did not have a teapot to put like on the stand anywhere because I thought it'd be kind of funny. It'd be even funnier if I had a teapot and like I was hanging it by a string and it'd be swinging around the back. Anyways, let's go ahead and listen to Gong. Let's listen to where we had left off. We're gonna move on in their track to Flying Teapot, the not self-titled, but the title track of the album, which was released in 1973. Figured we go ahead and tackle this for a Long Song Saturday after the hilarious radio gnome, as was pronounced, after the psycho babbling and stuff that's going on in that track, which is just so fun. They just have such a silly, unique brand to them. It's so abstract. It reminds me of mushrooms. I don't know why. It reminds me of mushrooms, but I'm getting big mushroom vibes from them. So I just figured let's go ahead and listen to the next track here on the album and allow the band to take us wherever they may, whatever world that may be. Let's take the journey with them. So hope you guys are having a wonderful one day, evening, whatever it may be, wherever this video may find you. Hope you're doing well. Enough talking. No, you didn't come here for that. Let's go ahead and listen to some more from Gong, Flying Teapot. Let's go. drop off.
Have a cup of tea, have another one, have a cup of tea. Have a cup of tea, have another one, have a cup of tea. Have a cup of tea, have another one, have a cup of tea. Hooray!
little jazz shuffle. What in the flying teapot was that? Gong is always going to come out of left field and just hit you with everything. And you're going to come out the other end just thinking to yourself, what happened? Oh, man. That's a lot to take in, but a lot of good to take in. Just Gong jazzing it up. The jazz influence is just worn clearly on sleeve here, and it's so beautiful to listen to. Listen to how they get down. But I have to make special mention here of bassist Francis Mose. I love that ambient section that opens up the track, right? Gets you into that spacey, cosmic kind of atmosphere. We are flying along in the teapot, as you can see on the cover art. We're just flying along. We are passengers taking the scenic route. And then Mose comes in with that bass, and as soon as that starts popping, you know you are into something. You know that flying teapot, and while you're on your scenic route, it's going to turn a corner, and your mind is just going to be opened up to these new wondrous sights, sounds, and images, and words. Like, you're just going to be dumbfounded with what's coming up. Throughout the whole track, Mose is killing it. Everyone is. Duh. But I mean, I have to give a special credit to Mose because he is just holding it down. His bass lines are funky. They are grooving. They are keeping this track moving at this ecstatic and rhythmically pleasing pace. Like, it is just fun to listen to. His bass playing is so engaging. I mean, like just incredible. The flutes and the horns and the saxophone, I want to say, yeah, saxophone played by Didier Malherbe. Love the inner workings of the saxophone within this music. Not played necessarily straight and conventional jazzy, but there's that little undertone of whimsical or whimsicality that, of course, Gong have been known to incorporate into their music. And none of that is lost. As a matter of fact, it's enhanced by everything they do. The drumming, the percussion, the singing, which is just hypnotic and bubbly and just keeps things moving along at this mesmerizing pace. That's something not to be taken so seriously. It's like, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this when listening to Gong before. I don't watch my old reactions. But I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in that Gong seem like the fun side of prog. Not that prog cannot be fun, but sometimes it's a bit serious, right? This is Gong, tongue firmly planted in cheek, having a great time, having a blast. Yeah, there's meaning to their lyrics. Yeah, there's stuff going on, but they're just out there having a great time. They're just out there having fun on stage and in the recording studio, coming up with these new and interesting sounds. The production, by the way, which really stands out throughout this whole track, but especially in the end. When I want to say, for a brief moment before we get into the drum solo, before we get those extra chimes that are going on, I want to say for just a moment, do we get a gong solo? Like a literal gong solo. If we do, how randomly genius and creative is that? Because you do hear the gong at the near the end, which kind of like stops their previous chaotic but climactic midpoint of the track. The gong ceases that, and then you hear some like playing on a metal instrument, cymbal, which I'm just imagining is the gong. I'm just thinking that they're kind of playing along with that. Then there's a backwards noise that swooshes, that whooshes in. Is that what even I want to say? Swishes, whooshes. It comes on in like a wind, and it sounds like a backwards played gong. And then that's when that drum solo begins. It sounds like it starts with light percussion, eventually molding itself into a full drum solo sound there with the toms. That's just brilliant. The whole middle section, which goes on. It is dense, it is creamy, it is jazzy, soulful, it is playful. You could literally... Hold on, before I say this. I've read somewhere, I don't remember where I've read it, but I've read somewhere that like if you boil down genres, of course you get to the stereotypes and stuff. But I read somewhere that jazz is basically three guys doing solos at the same time. And when I'm listening to the middle section here, you could literally pick anyone in the band at that point. You could pick anyone and just listen to them, and you, at least me, I would just be amazed. Let me speak for myself. I would be absolutely captivated by the going ons, the inner workings of that. It would be really cool, kind of like with Steely Dan's Asia, how they have like the little interviews slash, I don't think it's a documentary, but little interviews where you see them like splitting up the tracks and just listening to the solo tracks in the mixes. It would be really cool to have something like this and just be able to hear the bass, just be able to hear the sax and the flute, just be able to hear the keyboards. Love that keyboard sound that comes in midway through as well. Just every once in a while and occasionally brightening up the patterns. That's awesome. This is really good. I like when the piano begins to crash in near the end of the solo in that instrumental section. We get a little weird, like near the ending, with some sort of vocalizations. I don't even know how to describe them. Are they a little weird? Charmingly so. Do they take me out of the music? Not really. Especially because it doesn't go on that long, so it's nothing to be bothered by. And speaking of, like, that kind of sound, I do enjoy how the ambience that was built up in the beginning continues to lay some sort of foundation throughout most of the track as it goes on and goes forward. Like, it's still there, just very, very beneath the current of the music. So I think that was really cool. Fabulous track. Fabulous track. And then the guitar. I like how every once in a while you hear like a little foom. Nah, that's not the right word. Foom. I'm thinking of like a comic book and like you see the sound effects written out. But like, I don't even know how to describe the sound. It's a specific effect on the guitar. And we've heard it many, many times before. And I'm 99% sure you guys have probably told me what exact sound he's using there. But I don't know anything about guitars. And to be honest, I forget about guitar stuff like really quickly. So I don't really know what the sound is. But it's like... That's not even the sound. Let me not even talk. Let's just get into these lyrics here real quick. Let me just stop. If you feel belief, hi Pete, I got a story to tell you of a band of little green men from a faraway planet. If you want to know about love, then ask the wee geezer. He can teach you telepathy. He can read your mind backwards. If you try to do the cat in, you can only be a loser. Paranoia never touch him. He's got ways of laughter. Baby, don't bring yourself down. Gotta catch you up later. Does anyone know what the... If you want to know about love, you can ask the wee geezer. He can teach you telepathy. He can read your mind backwards. Give him a bit of your love. You get it back later. Which is repeated for a long time. Hear me now from the Invisible Opera Company of Tibet. Have a cup of tea. Have another one. Have a cup of tea. High in the sky, what do you see? Come down to earth, a cup of tea. Flying saucer, flying teacup. From outer space, flying teapot. I get the joke now. Flying saucer, flying teacup. Is that? No, that's not even on the album cover. But I literally just got that. Flying saucer. You put your tea cup on the saucer. I don't know what we're talking about, but sounds fun. Sounds like a good time though. Anyways, sorry. The lyrics sometimes are just funny. I'm just like I don't know what's going on. Look, I don't even think. Is there like maybe I can find the meaning here? The flying teapot idea itself was influenced by Russell's teapot. Never heard of it. Let's click on it. Russell's teapot is an analogy formulated by the philosopher Bertrand Russell to illustrate the philosophic burden of proof lies upon a person making empirically unfalsifiable claims rather than shifting the burden of disproof to others. Russell specifically applied his analogy to the context of religion. He wrote that if he were to assert without offering proof that a teapot too small to be seen by telescopes orbits the sun somewhere between Mars and the Earth, He could not expect anyone to believe him solely because his assertion could not be proven wrong. Okay, I kind of get it. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for the recommendations. You can also support the channel on Patreon if you'd like to do that as well. But otherwise, please, 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 I implore you to enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy some sunshine. Kick back and relax. Whether it's the weekend, a weekday, it may be a Monday. Some may say the worst day. I say a Tuesday is the worst day. Because like a Monday, you kind of know you kind of know it's coming. Like Sunday, you kind of take it to prepare, but Tuesday, you're like in the mud. You're like in the thick of it, you know. So whatever day you're watching this, like I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye.